Are you tired of having to go from Premiere Pro to After Effects every time you want to do some simple effects? Yeah, I used to be too. That's why I built a clean VFX workflow in Premiere Pro. That's just super helpful for efficiency and speed. And of course, I'm not talking about the crazy VFX that takes 10 hours to do in After Effects. I'm talking about stuff like shakes, energy hits, 3D titles, just in general stuff that you would have to open After Effects to add onto your videos. Let's hop right into Premiere Pro and I'll break down my killer workflow. First off, excuse my voice, I'm a bit sick as you can hear, but I can't be slacking, you know, gotta get that money. So if you don't know, I'm actually a full-time creator. I run the State Creative Store. So I'm right here in Premiere Pro right now, and as you can see, I have this music video right here, and I'll be adding on some effects onto it just to spice it up. The link in the description, I'll have a little freebie of some of my presets from my workflow, so you can go and grab it for yourself and try it out. And in there, we have some energy hits presets, we have some grunge presets, we have the ultimate shake pack, as well as some 3D titles, money overlays, and magazine letters. So in total, in my workflow, I have these 7 different packs, and you'll get some free stuff from some of the pack, but I'll be showcasing the full versions. So if I open up my presets tab, in here I have the Premiere Pro bundle presets, and I have the hits and movements, and I have the opium presets, hits and movements, and shake pack. And these presets are super easy to use. Like the only thing that I do is for the hits and movements pack, open up if I want flash or no flash. Let's say that I want a flash preset, then you can see we have a bunch of those in here. So if I go to the start of this clip right here, let's say that I want there's actually an effect right there, so I won't be adding anything on there. Instead, I'll be cutting it right here, and for every single preset it says how long it is. So either what you can do is you can right click, create a new item, and create an adjustment layer and drag that one in. You just cut up your adjustment layer to 10 frames just like this. So this adjustment layer is 10 frames now, or actually I'll cut it down to 8 frames, and I'll drag on the zoom out 2 right here. And as you can see now, we have the zoom out going on. So that's one of the energy hits. I'm pretty sure you've seen effects like those. So I'm not the first one to create it, obviously, but they're super great. You don't need to use these type of effects at the start of your clip. For example, if I create a new adjustment layer, just drag it on. You can use like one of the vertical hits, this one right here. I just need to make sure that it's 8 frames long, just like that. You can, and then you drag it on in the middle of your clips and you'll get some sick hits just like that. That also just adds another layer of energy to your clips. And I'm in the no flash tab right now, so that's why we don't have flash on these ones, but honestly I prefer the ones with the flash. Then of course, like I said, we have the shake pack as well. So right here, I really don't like adding shakes like just in the middle of a clip. I prefer having them like at the beginning of a clip. I'll go like right here, and for all of the shakes, they're 1 second long, and of course you can add on an adjustment layer, and I don't really like adding them onto adjustment layers. I prefer just adding them onto the clip. So here it's 1 second long. So what I'll do is I'll choose one of these shakes, and the shake pack is probably my favorite one from this workflow. So we have some crazy trippy shakes, and we also have some basic ones, like for example this trippy optics one. I just drag it on and then we play it through. Looks like that. It has some distortion and a zoom out, pretty big. It's one of the more like calm trippy shakes, but I really enjoyed that one. And then we also have this optical shake, pretty similar but kind of vertical, so as you can see a little bit more energy in that one as well, and a flicker, so you can see that's a sick one. So I'll actually keep that one right there. And then right here for the next clip, I'll cut it up 1 second again, and I'll probably go for the distort wiggle. This one is also crazy. It looks like this. A sick one. I'm a huge fan of this one, but yeah, I don't think that one fits for this scene, so I'll go for the subtle vertical shake. A pretty basic one, but still, I'll probably go for the smoothest one, this one right here. Line, I'm going for subtle vertical shake. So now it's just some hits and the shakes. We have this going on already. And as you can tell, we've added a bunch of energy to this music video with pretty low effort. Like with these presets, you could basically do this in 1 minute. So next for this clip right here, I'll add on one of the grunge. I'll add on one of the opium presets right here. And in the opium presets, we have 20 different ones. These presets are genuinely insane. I don't know which one I'm gonna go for first, but I'll just show off some of my favorite ones. This black and white disturbance, a little bit too dark for this clip. As you can see, it's still pretty good looking. The disconnector one, and this is the black and white circle one. As you can see, really sick effect. I'll play it through. I actually think this fits pretty well. Hell yeah, that's sick. And now I'll just do one effect manually in between here. I'll actually do a flash. If you don't know how to create a flash, then listen up because I'm about to break it down. I usually add on a lumetri color and drag it on to an adjustment layer, and I open up the basic correction because in here we have the exposure that we can mess with. So for the exposure, I like to go to the peak of the transition and turn it up to like 6, something like this. And then I'll go back 3 or 4 frames, drag it back to 0, then go 3 or 4 frames after the transition and turn it down to 0. Then if you like to spice it up a little bit more, you can add something subtle right here, like 2 frames before the first keyframe, you turn it up to 2. 2 frames before that, you turn it down to 0. Just like that. And then to spice it up here at the peak, I create a new color matte and click OK and create a white one. And this one I'll drag on top of the adjustment layer, and I'll just have a white frame, or actually 2 frames right there. So now it looks like this. Boom. That's sick. That's usually how I go about creating my flashes, and I don't really have a preset for those since they're pretty simple to do. But next right here, we can end it off with something like a energy hit. So I'll open up the Premiere Pro bundle and open up the hits and movement, and in here I'll go for the vertical hit. So I'll just move these up and drag in a new adjustment layer, and then go in 8 frames. So now my adjustment layer is 8 frames long, and I'll just drag on the vertical hit too. So now this is what we got so far. Some pretty sick stuff. And for this clip right here, I think we could add a little bit more energy with the shake, since it's a subtle one. But I think I'll probably remove that one and go for something more intense. I gotta impress y'all. I'll probably go for the vertical trippy one, this one down here, and I'll play it through. Sick. And now for this scene right here, I feel like I need to show off some of the grunge effects a little bit more. This one is the black and white static. It's probably one of my favorite ones, but for some reason I just don't feel like it fits on a Lil Baby music video. But fuck it, I'll probably go for it. And we can copy the flash transition onto this scene as well. So this is what we got for the last couple of clips. Pretty sick stuff. Now I'll probably move on to the other packs that are not in the presets. For example, I have the 3D title overlays, where I basically took the 3D titles from After Effects and turned them into overlays, so you can add them into Premiere Pro or basically any editing software. My favorite one from this one is probably the red speed. So basically you just import the letters that you want, and they're already, and as you can see, they're already like transparent, so you don't need to do anything to them, but they're in 4K and this project is in HD. So I need to size them down a little bit. This is an I and this one is an L. I'm planning to type out Lil Baby right here, line them up correctly, just size them down and place them wherever you want them. Right there. And I'll do the same for the I. I'll just move it accordingly. Probably something like this. And then I'll add another L on top of everything and move it to the left. And if you want to spend a little bit more time and kind of make them fit your scene a little bit better, then you can add stuff like a drop shadow and maybe speed them up or shorten them down to your length. But right here I have Lil, so I'll actually move these ones in a little bit. So the first L comes and then second, just like that. And then I add the B, the A and the Y. I'll size them down to 30, all of them, and I'll line them up one by one. Maybe it would be a little bit easier if you hide the other ones while you do this, but I don't have too many letters, so I think I'll just go for this. So I didn't spend too much time lining them up, but I should probably do it a little bit better. But this is what we got right now. I'll actually lower the quality just so I can play through. Yeah, just like that. Pretty simple stuff, nothing too crazy. And these ones have rotation as well. I think I have another version without the rotation if you're not a big fan of it. I'll probably just add these onto the beginning right there. It doesn't really matter too much to me. But other than that, we also have the money overlay presets and the LUT pack, as well as the magazine letter overlays. Those are kind of more niched whenever you need them. So now I'll open up the money overlays, and in here we have some transitions, and all you need to do with them is just drag one of those in and place them like at your transition. So right here you can see the money is flying through and the effect ends right there. So I'll line it up just like this right before the cut, so it will look like that. And I'll probably just switch the scene, something else like this one right here, so it looks like this now. Just like that. A pretty smooth transition, actually insanely smooth in my opinion. Looks great. So this is what we got now. Pretty happy with what we have so far. Yeah, I can't even play through these 3D titles are. Let me just replay that once, just like that. It's pretty sick. So we have this grunge, just like that. Sick stuff. I'm a huge fan of this. Now I'll add on a new adjustment layer, drag it right here, and I'll do probably a zoom out from this one. I'll show off the vertical pan, which is 8 frames long, so I'll need to shorten this down, and I'll do the vertical pan 1 and line it up between my scenes. So it looks like that, the camera, and it looks like this. Pretty sick one, nothing too crazy, but it's still a clean one. And then I think I'll go for a shake here. So I'll just cut up the clip to 1 second, and I'll open up the shake pack wherever we have it. I'll go for the subtle vertical shake. I'll go for the vertical shake. This one is a little bit heavier, as you can see. And I'll go for the subtle vertical one, just like that. And then right here, I'll create a new adjustment layer, cut it up, make it 8 seconds long. 8 frames, of course. And then I'll go for the zoom hit. That one is actually 10 frames. So I'll drag it out and go for the zoom hit one. So it looks just like this. Oh, they actually had one in the video already. Looks a little bit off because the camera in the video kind of pans, as you can see right here, as to the other artist, but I'll still keep it. It's a cool effect. Then I like to match the zoom hits with a zoom out. So I'll duplicate this adjustment layer, drag it out here, remove the effects, and I'll go for a zoom out. Oh, it's actually 8 frames long, so I'll cut it down, go for the zoom out 3, just like that. That's sick, but that's pretty much my workflow, how I go about editing music videos, kind of run and gun style videos when I don't need to do like any of the heavy effects. When you want to do some of the more simple effects, you don't really want to open After Effects every single time, and that's why I created this Premiere Pro bundle with some After Effects style effects in Premiere Pro. But yeah, like I said, some more simple ones like the hits, the shakes, the opium grunge effects, it's just pretty good to have in Premiere Pro. But I'll have the full Premiere Pro bundle linked in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. I recommend. It's actually 65% off right now for Black Friday. So if you want to check it out, go ahead and do that. If you don't think it will level up your workflow, then probably don't grab it. But thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.